I wonder what's for dinner.
I'm gonna play Spacechem. Hi. I should open chat on my phone, actually. And also close Twitter. So I've gotten the urge to play Spacechem recently, and I wanna, there's just a link to the dashboard. Nice. Just gives you a notification. Okay, so I want to stream my playthrough of Spacechem because I want to actually commit to playing all the way through. And also I want to... Oh, shit, that's on stream. There's nothing sensitive in there, is there? Yeah, there's nothing sensitive. We're good. It's in streamer mode, too. Why is it taking so long to connect to chat? I'm gonna close it and reopen it. Maybe close all my other apps. Okay, there we go. I'm in chat now. I can see my chat. You can't hide the viewer count on mobile for some reason. Okay, I'll just do that. Let's get Spacechem open. But yeah, I want to stream my playthrough of Spacechem because I want to start a new era of streaming for me. And also I want to commit to playing through Spacechem all the way. Because I think I can do it. That's the game. Oh, that's loud. Should I get loud on stream? Oh god, yeah. Okay, is that good? I think this is okay. There we go. Okay, okay. It's just music. It's not really anything interesting. Let me put it in full screen. It restarted when I put it in full screen. And it's stretched. Okay, the aspect ratio of this game is weird. That's fine. Let's switch to this view. Oh yeah, also I'm on my laptop at my parents' house. And I don't really know what to do with that. Can I delete my save? There we go. Alright, cool. We're gonna start playing now. I'm just gonna be chilling. And this is a very complicated game, by the way. So we're gonna see how this goes. Oh wait, I need to start recording. Hopefully my settings are right. Does the stream look okay? I can't tell if the stream looks okay. It's not super important for this particular stream to look okay, but like, I'd like it to look okay. Okay, it is scaling down, which is probably good. Alright. Alright, we're just gonna start the game now. The introduction is an external video, so I'm not gonna go watch that. I do know how this game works, to some extent. Alright, so here we've got some reactors. Reactors are programmed with reactions to transform one set of chemical substances into another. Reactors may move atoms, rotate molecules, and modify bonds. In research assignments, a reactor is programmed to perform a single reaction. And these are Waldos, and they grab, move, rotate, and drop items. Or atoms, not items. Atoms bonded together into molecules move together. Waldos move constantly and can be redirected with arrow instructions. Waldos execute arrow and reactor instructions of the matching color when passing over them. Alright. I guess I'm just gonna read the story as I go. You know, people die in space. That was the first sentence in the latest letter from my mother. She had never set foot on a ship, let alone off the colony of Sangfroid. When I told her that I wanted to explore the stars, she cried. We were sitting in the local diner, stacks of pancakes swimming in syrup and butter on our plates, with every face watching my mother's tears roll down her cheeks as I continued eating. I was 10. She attached a news article about a recent incident involving a Spacechem station in a secluded region of the galaxy. Half of the crew had been ejected through the airlock due to a strange malfunction. The survivors were not available for comment. Needless to say, my career choice was wholly opposed. The stakes are just too high. Look at these reports, she said in the message. I could hear her voice rising with each word. I deleted it and turned off the tablet. The shuttle was en route to the training facility on Cernamere 2, billions of kilometers away from Sangfroid. In a few hours, I would be setting foot on another planet for the first time. I gazed out the window and watched the stars shimmer in the distance. You've never heard before? The pilot called back to me. Nope, first time. Then you've never been through one of these jumps either. Sit tight. My hand gripped the armrest as we hit the jump to Cernamere 2. I thought I could hear my mother crying, but it was just the pilot laughing. Alright. So the story is not super... It gets kind of related to the gameplay, but the gameplay is mostly just this stuff. So we've got our instructions down here. We've got arrows. We can place those by holding a keyboard key and clicking. We can place other instructions. Delete all of those. And right now it's telling us to put an alpha input instruction in this square. And that will basically take this and put it in here. So it'll take input from here, basically. So yeah, once it runs this instruction, the alpha, this whole alpha square will look like this and have that oxygen there. And then we put a grab drop there to make it pick up the oxygen. Then we put an arrow to make it move in a new direction, to make it move down and around this way. We put down a rotate instruction, which will make it rotate the oxygen molecule. So right now, it's important to be able to visualize what you're doing in this game. So right now, it'll grab this by the right oxygen. It'll grab this oxygen molecule by the atom on the right, and then carry it over to here. And so there will be an oxygen molecule an oxygen atom to the left of the atom it's carrying. And then once it hits this rotate, there will be one on the bottom, because that oxygen will move to the bottom. Waldos stop moving when they collide with the side of a reactor. If an atom collides with another atom or the side of the reactor, the simulation will be stopped. That's very important to know. And then we can drop it here. And this is just a grab drop instruction, which means if it's not carrying something, it'll grab. If it is carrying something, it'll drop. And then we do the output, which will just send this oxygen molecule that we've placed here out. And that's what we're trying to do, ultimately, is send 10 oxygen molecules out. So let's see what this does. The blue Waldo we're not really using yet. It'll rotate it, drop it there, output. And we can also speed up this process. Triple speed goes pretty fast. And here you can see the where you stack up on the leaderboard of people who have played this. Which means this is 188 lapsed cycles, which a cycle is just the amount of time it takes a Waldo to move one square. And so this is it took 188 cycles, which is the same as the grand majority of people. It only took one reactor because this is a one reactor thing, which it's going to be one reactor for a while. And then 9 symbols used, which is the grand majority. And that all makes sense because this is a tutorial. Alright, slightly different. Atoms are the building blocks of all matter. Atoms of the same element have the same properties. Oxygen, carbon, and iron are examples of elements. Molecules consist of one or more atoms joined by bonds. A molecule is manipulated by a Waldo as a single unit. Water, methane, and salt are examples of molecules. And you can see the identity of a molecule is determined by the types of its atoms and their bonds. Rotation and the angle of the bonds do not change the molecule's identity. So these 3 molecules are all C2H2, or acetylene, because they have one hydrogen connected by one bond to a carbon, connected by 3 bonds to another carbon, connected by one bond to a hydrogen. Even though they're all in different orientations. But these are all different molecules because they have different atoms connected differently. To solve this puzzle, we will use the blue Waldo, which behaves identically to the red Waldo, but executes only blue instructions. You can hit tab to switch between colors for the instructions. We're gonna... And yeah, the blue Waldo by default will have the beta input and the omega output. I think that's omega. So we're gonna put the input there, put an up arrow there, put a right arrow... Oh, it's explaining things, I just realized. You can switch to drop blue instructions instead of red by pressing tab, yep. Well, while the red Waldo defaults to the top and the blue Waldo defaults to the bottom, either Waldo can go anywhere and use every input and output. And you can modify instructions by right-clicking them, so I can switch this to an alpha instead of a beta input. Put an arrow here, put a grab drop here. So yeah, I'm just trying to... It's the same thing. I'm just trying to take hydrogen from this side and put it on this side. So yeah. And then each square can contain one direction instruction and one regular instruction. So yeah, there we go. Take the beta input, grab the hydrogen, drop the hydrogen over here, send it to omega output. And now we're going to start, and it's at 3 speed. But we did it. So that's cool. Crossover. Okay, so now I just have to take the alpha input, put it on the omega output, take the beta input, put it on whatever this output is. I don't know what Greek letter that is. But that shouldn't be too difficult. The main issue is going to be making sure that the Waldos don't collide while they're holding the atoms. Which we could do that with weight instructions, or we could just time it correctly. I kind of want to try to time it correctly, so that they behave consistently and never collide. But that means they both have to move the same number of squares, so that things will always be consistent. So we've got 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 14, 15, 16 squares here. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 squares here. So that will not work. because they'll get out of sync and possibly collide at some point. I could also use sync instructions to make sure they never collide. And that is going to be important later. So maybe I just do that. There. Grab. Yeah, I could cut down on the number of squares that the blue one travels, but I don't want to do that. I want to cut down on the red one. Wait, so... Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4. They should be in sync, shouldn't they? No, I guess not. But yeah, if I just make them both rectangles, then they're gonna collide, is the thing. If I just do it like that, they're gonna collide. Like, let me actually set this all up. Input, grab, and then if I want to be really picky about it, I can put them on the right square. Which is going to be important later once I have a lot to work with. And then drop output. Yeah, they'll just collide. Yeah, that's not going to work. I need them to be out of sync by 1 square, but then get back in sync. Okay, I think there's an efficient way to do this. No, that doesn't work. What I'm really going to have to start doing is planning these things ahead. Also, I sent the wrong outputs, I just realized. Okay, lots wrong with this. So... I think these might end up being out of sync, actually, which is good for me. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. 22. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 20. Okay, that's not ideal. But let me just try syncing them up at the end here and see how this works. Oh, right. Yeah, I'm probably overthinking how to do this in the most efficient way. Which I don't need to do, I just need to solve it. So I'm just gonna solve it. Okay, wrong layer. Input. Wait, actually, I don't need them to cross over that early. Okay, yeah, that should be more efficient because it's more... a little bit more in sync. But then, yeah, put that there, put that there, put that there. Okay, drop. Output. And sync, and then this one will start moving. So yeah, when they're both at a... The sync instruction will mean that they don't start moving until they're both at a sync. Yeah, until they're both at a sync instruction. And that should mean that they never cross over, because they'll sync up once the red one is passed and the blue one is there. And the blue one is just before it. Okay. Oh yeah, I need to take input and grab. Okay, what'll this do? Whoops. I got the actual square wrong. Oh. Okay, wrong output here. Because I just left it at the default. Sick. Oh wait, this is actually... I don't even need the syncs. Hold on. Never mind, I do. I thought it was just, like, running in sync, naturally. It was not. Well, now it is. That actually works perfectly. Damn. Okay, so I just need to sync... So maybe in some scenarios I just need to sync them up a little bit at the beginning. I actually did worse than the average for symbols used. Probably because of the syncs. An introduction to bonding. Wait, no, I just realized how I can do this more efficiently. How far out of sync did they get is the question, though. Nope, not what I wanted. How do you pause? What's the hotkey for pause? Okay. So... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The red one is ahead by 5. So if I just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, set it to go down. Yeah, then I don't need the syncs. Because they're out of sync by a consistent amount. Sick. Improved. Okay. An introduction to bonding. Oh, now it teaches you about syncing. Bonders add and remove bonds from atoms. Click and drag bonders to move them. The sync instruction in action. The blue Waldo will wait at the sync instruction until the red Waldo reaches the first sync. Yeah. Adjacent bonders add or remove bonds from pairs of atoms above them. All bonders in a reaction fire together. So that might not make a lot of sense, but okay. This instruction specifies where Waldo starts and can be moved like any other instruction but cannot be created or deleted. Move it to the highlighted square. This will input a silver atom from the alpha input into the alpha input zone. Yeah, I understand that. Put a grab there, and yeah, you can set grab and drop instructions to only grab or drop. And you can modify all instructions like that. Instructions only affect the Waldo that matches their color. Yeah, okay. I'm kind of done reading the tutorial stuff, honestly. Okay, so now I put a bonder here and a bonder here. When a Waldo passes over a synchronized instruction, it will wait there until the other Waldo does the same. There, and there. Drop. And if I put a bond instruction here, then it will bond the two atoms that are on these bonders. go. Oh, wait. There. Output. Okay, cool. So now if I run this, it'll pick up the silver and the fluorine. Wait there, and that'll drop. That'll create a bond. And then it drops this here and outputs it. And if I wanted to be really picky, what I could do is put this here. So that it outputs in the same position that it shows in this little icon. Okay, let's just finish this. Cool. I was actually right in the middle of the average for symbols used. That's cool. A brief history of Spacechem. Oh, we've got more story now. The training facility on Cernamere 2 was a campus of rectangular metal buildings connected by corrugated tunnels with a landing zone located west of the reactor field. There was only a trace atmosphere on the surface, leaving the horizon empty except for the central star and the sister planet, Cernamere 4. I sat in a folding chair behind a table in a brightly lit room with 15 other trainees. A middle-aged woman stood at the front of the room, smiling. She wore a gray jumpsuit with a name tag that read Angela. "Welcome to your first day of training," she said. "We're going to get started with some of the basics about Spacechem, its founding and mission. We'll get through some of the drier material later in the session." As she clapped her hands, the lights dimmed and a Spacechem logo appeared on the wall. Spacechem was founded in 2745 by George Vossler. An image of a portly, mustachioed man appeared for a moment before Angela flicked to the next screen, which contained the likeness of a salmon. Originally, Spacechem was a subsidiary of Vossler Industries, specializing in the manufacture of fish-based food products. Later on, Vossler Industries folded and Spacechem expanded into chemical engineering. The fish disappeared and was replaced by a star field. Ever since, Spacechem has revolutionized the industry with its reactor technology. We currently employ over 200,000 individuals in various capacities on over 3,000 planets and stations. Spacechem is the largest chemical engineering and manufacturing company in the universe. Another Spacechem logo materialized. Spacechem's goal is to provide high-quality chemical necessities to human colonies on a universal scale in an economical and effortless manner. Angela clapped to turn on the lights. Any questions so far? There we go. Bond progression, you can create up to 3 bonds using bonders, and each element has a maximum number of bonds that can be formed with it. Why is my game lagging? Shouldn't be a very intensive game. Okay, so I just have to bond hydrogen and chlorine and make hydrochloric acid. So if I do this... I always like to build out the path before I do anything else. Okay. So... Oh wait. Oh, I thought you could change movement instructions. Damn. Okay. There we go. So if I were a rich man with $1 million or two, I'd live in a penthouse in a room with a view. Okay, I'm gonna take input, grab. I can probably just use grab drop instructions for this stuff. But also, fun fact about. So I can make this more efficient than I did in that last tutorial, because fun fact about bonding. Yeah, this is in sync. Fun fact about bonding. If I have this drop on the same cycle that this bonds, that this creates a bond, then it won't cause any problems. So I don't have to use any sync instructions, actually. I can just sync it up. now if I run this, I'll get both atoms, create that bond, and it is just kind of nice to watch. But let's speed it up. There we go. I'm better than average for symbols used. Removing bonds. Oh yeah, it doesn't tell you how to remove bonds, but you can do that. And you have to here, in fact. Alright, so I'm gonna... Yeah, what I need to start doing better that I never do well when I play this game is planning things out. There. So I can... Yeah, I can put these in sync. And then grab... Put a grab here. Okay. Okay, yeah, so what we're gonna do here is input, grab, and then unbond, and the blue Waldo will grab here. So yeah, the blue Waldo will always be one square behind the red Waldo, which is what I want. Sorry, I want to drop here. Drop here. And then if I put the outputs in the same place on each of their paths, what that should do, that should put them in sync, because it'll take multiple cycles, it'll take 2 cycles to output 2 atoms at once, but if they're both outputting, I think that'll put them in sync. Let's see what happens. It's gonna grab there, and yep, they're exactly in position. And they stayed in sync. Nice. That is beautiful to watch. Now, outputting them in different positions would cause problems if I was working with multiple reactors, but I'm not. Okay, now I'm on Cernomere 4. I guess I'm done with my training here on Cernomere 2, so now I'm going to Cernomere 4. We're going to research double bonds. Ooh, okay, so I need to get... So this is an interesting case because I need to get 2 inputs from the same input. Yeah, I need to get 2 atoms from the same input. Which, if I input them both at once, they'll just be on top of each other. If I do that, I can show that actually. If I just input one and then input another one, they'll be on top of each other and it'll crash. But what can I do? What I'm thinking is maybe I have the blue Waldo just grab one and put it on the reactor and put it on the bonder and then wait. And then wait until the full reaction is done. Just kind of use it as an assist. So like input, grab, drop it here, and then wait here. And then I can make that efficient. I can put another bonder right here. I think kind of what you're supposed to do is do one bond with one Waldo and one bond with the other Waldo, but I don't like following the rules. And yeah, with this start point, for the first cycle, they should be in sync. Okay. And then it'll move through the bonders, bond those, go up here, drop it, and output. Drop, send output, and sync. Grab, drop. And for this one, we just want 2 bonds. Now let's watch this. I didn't put input for the rad. I think this is pretty efficient. Yeah. That's what I was hoping for. Cool. Best left unanswered. A hand in the rear of the room flew up. There's been a lot of concerns about safety lately. Do you know anything? Do you know anything about that? There was an unfortunate accident, she said. Someone coughed and she narrowed her eyes. We have a stellar safety compliance record. We have the best people and resources. Unfortunately, sometimes incidents occur, but these are rare events. There were only a few other companies the size of Spacechem, including their corporate rivals SFCM, Société Française, I can't pronounce that, and Organexus, a smaller firm specializing in organic compounds and renowned for their general incompetence. Spacechem was enjoying a golden age of incredible growth and success, despite the news reports. Angela pulled a stack of papers from a folder. Anything else before we move on? What really happened during that accident? Another person asked, again from the back. She shuffled the papers in her hands and tapped them against the table in front of her. How does half a station's crew get flushed out of the airlock? Even if it was a malfunction, why were they all in there in the first place? The papers slid from her fingers as she stared through me with dull, lifeless eyes. I cleared my throat and she glanced away, her lips strained into a smile. I need a moment. I'll be right back. She disappeared behind the door. She did not return. Alright, now let's do the same thing but with 3 bonds. That should be nothing to worry about. I think we're okay. Okay. Yeah, I think I am just going to do the same thing, but with 3 bonds instead of 2. There. Okay, there we go. Input, grab, drop, sync, and then input, grab, bond, bond, bond. Drop, output. Okay, I think that should be good. Because I basically just made the same thing as before. Yeah. Cool. And yeah, I'm doing better than average, so that's cool. Multiple outputs. Okay, so now we have an interesting case because we have an atom of carbon monoxide, and we have to output the carbon to one output and the oxygen to the other output. So here's what I'm gonna do. Let's see, yeah. So that'll put them in sync, but with the blue one square behind. And then like that. And yeah, they're in perfect sync now. And I can do that. Put a grab here. Put an input. No, hold on. Yeah, okay, so I want to grab it by the oxygen. And then we have... remove bond, remove bond... No, wait, I need to put it right here. Remove two bonds. Oh, but once they turn away from each other, that's going to be a problem, isn't it? Okay, I need to put this one further out of sync, I think. I think that's all I need to do. I'll sacrifice the atom being in exactly the right position on the bottom output. Did I forget anything? I probably forgot something. What? Uh. Alright, so I need to reconfigure this whole thing. Cool. Okay, let me think about this. I could just have the red one grab it by the carbon. Or I could rotate it. That would make it work. Yeah, okay, I have an idea for how I can make this layout work. Let me just lock the red instructions so I can't select them. Move my whole blue track down. And I can actually put these in sync. And then rotate this. Put a rotate instruction over here too, so it stays in sync. There. And yeah, I need to grab by the carbon, so I can put it right there. Let's run this. Okay, so it does not stop to rotate. So two problems. One, the blue won't stop to rotate if I just put one there. And two, this is rotating the wrong way. Okay. Nice. And I can put them on the exact right squares too. Let's just speed that up. Cool. I did exactly average, on a little bit on the better side. An introduction to pipelines. Ooh, okay, we're starting to use multiple reactors. The next assignment is a production assignment. You must produce and deliver molecules to cargo freighters. In production assignments, you may use multiple reactors. Pipes carry molecules between inputs, reactors, and cargo freighters. Drag the last segment of a pipe to connect buildings. Raw materials must be routed to reactors from storage tanks or harvesting facilities. Reactors have input pipes on the left and output pipes on the right. Double-click reactors to edit them. Cargo freighters only accept a single tie-in of molecules. Supply all the freighters to complete the assignment. So yeah, what I have to do here is take a bunch of benzene and acetone nitrile, I think is how that's pronounced. Oh, I literally just have to... Okay, I don't need any reactors. I just have to... This is just to teach you how pipes work. So yeah, I just need to send all of this to this freighter and this to this freighter. Or storage or whatever it is. And you can see molecules flowing through there. Very slowly. There we go. I think there is literally... I mean, I guess you can route it a little more efficiently. But no, there's no... How can you route that more efficiently? You can't make straight lines to it or anything. You have to move a certain number of squares right and a certain number of squares up for both of them, so... Or up or down. So there's not really a more efficient way you can route this. What if I do it like... Well, then they can't cross. Hopefully it doesn't save that. It did. Whatever. There's something in the fish sticks. Or fish cake. Angela returned the next day, chipper and without a trace of distress. If anyone wanted to ask about the strange accidents, she only smiled and ignored the question. Training continued and we moved on to more technical topics and fieldwork. I always saw Angela sitting at the same table in the canteen. She would wave to me and I would nod before finding another seat among the other trainees. As the days went by, I grew tired of the Spacechem food and the novelty of the environment. I loaded a fried fish sandwich onto my tray but did not feel hungry. Angela watched me from her metal table in the center of the cafeteria. Hey, I said. Want to take a seat? She asked. Sure. I slid out a chair and sat down. Angela unwrapped one of the 4 fish cake sandwiches on her tray, gripping the paper wrapper with both hands. How do you like it? Training's okay. I really want to get to work, though. I meant these. She waved her fish cake in front of her face. Spacechem's specialty product. It's packed with protein. The fried coating crunched and flaked onto the table as she bit in. I watched in awe as she devoured the food product, my appetite firmly suppressed. We sat in silence as she opened her second wrapper, the paper crinkling. So, Angela, I paused. How long have you been on Cernomere 2? She wiped her mouth on her sleeve. 8 months. I was halfway through a rotation when I left to come here. You prefer being settled in one place? No, I had to take this job. There were some difficulties during my last assignment. Well, you're a great trainer. She only gave me a pained smile. Where was your last assignment? I don't like to talk about it. The conversation died and she turned her attention to her food, staring off past me while chewing. I didn't touch my fish cakes, instead choosing to toss them into the trash after I left the table. Okay, yeah, you can add output notes to reactors, and there's a maximum number of reactors you can use for each thing. Okay, this is the first point where I actually have to use a reactor. I wonder if there's a more efficient way I can route this. Because a problem that you run into when you're working with multiple reactors that I think this is trying to teach is that you're going to get your inputs out of sync. And another interesting thing you can do is you can save reactors. Which, I'm not sure, I don't remember how to do that. Okay, You just gotta take hydrogen and chlorine and make hydrochloric acid. That's easy. There. Get these out of the way. Okay, wait. Yeah, this is what I want to do. I want to sync them up right here. Bond. Drop. Okay, so we're going to take input. Grab. Take input, grab. And then they'll sync up right here. We'll have bond here and drop here. Drop and output. And they will never collide or try to pull atoms apart. So yeah, what it'll do in this situation is just wait there until the input comes in. Which is going to take longer for the chlorine because it's a longer distance. Oh, but we're starting to get back up, so it's good. It'll be efficient for the rest of the process. And yeah, you can see that's what we're doing. So what I actually want to do is, I don't remember how to save reactors, but I know you can. Maybe you can't for this first mission. This first production mission. Sleepless on Cernimere 4. Okay. So here I have to take... hydrogen, oxygen, and carbon and make formaldehyde. So what I can do here is I can... It's a 2-reactor quota. What I can do here is... There's a couple ways I could... No, I have to use 2 reactors. There's a couple ways I could tackle this. I could use 2 reactors... Well, the way I could tackle this is I could have 1 reactor that takes 2 hydrogen and 1 carbon and combines them, and then attach those to an oxygen with another reactor. That's kind of what I'm thinking about doing. But yeah, the concern becomes, like, supply of inputs and how efficient I can make this. When you're working with a bunch of reactors in a production mission like this, the question becomes, how efficient can you make it? In this case, I think if I just build it like this, I can make it pretty efficient. Because I think what'll happen in this case is... the output from this reactor will kind of... I think what'll happen in this case is the output from this reactor will not really get backed up at all. Because it'll run slower than this reactor, so this reactor will be able to immediately take the input. Yeah, the concern would be, since I only have one square of pipe here, the concern would be that it'll take too long to output because it can only output 1 at a time. If that makes sense. Like, this reactor has to take that output. It has to take that out before a new one can go in. So that could end up being inefficient, but I don't think it will, because I think it will take longer to combine the hydrogen and carbon than it'll take to combine that with the oxygen. So this one is going to be pretty simple. And actually, I want to add a note to this lower output and note that I need this methylene. It'll tell me that that's methylene. So yeah, I need methylene out of here and into this. So now if I go into this reactor, it'll show me what the output is. And if it ends up, this is why getting the right position and orientation can be important. But if I end up having an output with a different position and orientation from this reactor, I can just change the note. So that's not too big of a problem. The question is, how am I going to get 2 hydrogen to bond? So what would be the most efficient way to do it also? Hydrogen. And no matter what I do here, it'll be pretty easy to bond the oxygen later. I'm just trying to figure out what the best way to do this is. So what I could do is take the hydrogen. What I could do is take 2 atoms of hydrogen and put them on the bonders, and then get the carbon and put that on the bonder and output it. Okay. That's a lot of move instructions. That also means the blue Waldo would just be grabbing 1 hydrogen and attaching it. Well, maybe I can split the work between them a little bit. Which will make it more efficient. I have been using that word way too much, but yeah, I feel like I've been using the word efficient way too much, but it is relevant. Put the sinks right there. I think that might be less move instructions also, so that's cool. So, yeah. So this game gets complicated very quickly, as you can see. Intake input grab, drop. Take input, grab, and it'll sync here. It won't be holding an atom when it comes down this way, so it'll be fine. And then bond, drop it here, and send it out. Maybe just to make things a little bit easier for the next reactor, I can do this. That might also make it sync up better, I don't know. Okay. If I could cut down on the distance that the red one has to travel, that would actually be really nice. That would cut down on it by 2. Wait, no, that doesn't work. Because then it'll collide. Okay, so this isn't the most efficient thing I could do, but it'll work. Okay, yeah, we're gonna take input and grab. Okay, but question, is there any other point where I can sync this? Or is there any other point where they'll cross over while they're carrying atoms that I need to sync up? That's right. That's how input works in this. Okay, wait. Different idea. I throw all of this away. Just take the inputs from each one. Initially. And which one is faster? I think the hydrogen is faster. So what I can do here is I can get the carbon. So since initially the carbon will be behind. Might actually be able to just do it like this. Orient it like that. There and there. Wait for input and grab. Wait for input and grab. Oh. Why would you want to do that? That doesn't serve any purpose. Okay. I didn't even know you could do that. Seems kind of useless though. So now you've got your carbon and 1 hydrogen in position. Ooh, wait, what if I do it like this? Ooh, that's cool. Ooh, that's a really interesting idea. And I think it's very E-word. Oh, and if I sync that, they shouldn't ever collide. Should they? No, they could. They could definitely collide there. Yeah, if the hydrogen's faster than the carbon, then they could collide, so I will need to sync it up. Okay, so Wait, no. This is wrong. I'm grabbing another carbon. I need to do the opposite of this. Okay. Lock. No, wait, I need to lock blue. Delete all that. What can I do? That's the wrong color. There. Okay. Drop. We have 19. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So I can add 4 squares of movement to this. Lag? Why is Spacechem lagging? That is way more than 4 squares. That would put it more in sync, but it wouldn't make it more efficient, I don't think. Okay, where's the first point where they could possibly collide? No, I want that to be on blue layer. There we go. Now if I... How can I sync this up? No, right, the hydrogen is faster. So it should be okay. And then moving forward, if I sync them up at the beginning, I think it'll be okay. Okay, how will this work? How will this play out? Okay, neat. Oh, I forgot to bond them. There. Cool. So yeah, the red one is essentially just assisting here. But it's not out of sync by much once the inputs get backed up, so that's good. And then for this one, I just need... Okay, wait, what position does it actually output in? Okay, space is pause. Oh, it outputs in the exact position on the note. That's nice. Nice of me to do that. So then I can just grab this. Take it over here. Sorry, sync. And, drop. Bond. Drop output. And, here we have input grab. And down here we have input grab. Cool. Ooh. Oh! I accidentally made a system that tries to bond the hydrogen, but it's okay because it's at max bonds. That's interesting. Okay, so that... So this probably isn't the most efficient solution there is, but it's a solution. I could actually just show that. Every day is the first day. I could show that playing out from this view. If anyone really cares about that. Well, yeah, kind of my hope from the beginning was that the second reactor would be waiting for input from the first reactor. It kind of sucks that it's not efficient, though. But whatever. How long have I been going? About an hour? I might need to get food. Have some food and play Spacechem. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. I'll be back in a moment. Yeah. I'm gonna go grab something to eat. I'll be back in a moment. returned. I have a sandwich, and there was some pudding, so I grabbed that. And I think this sandwich might have too much mustard on it, which would be my fault. Let's see. I don't know why I keep using Dijon mustard on things. I do not like it at all. Every day is the first day. A deep voice bellowed from behind the prefabricated door. Again? Are you kidding me? I'm just reporting the malfunction, sir, a woman said. I hesitated and stepped back from the door, deciding to come back later. To my surprise, it opened on its own, revealing a tall man, presumably Joel, and a woman in a red jumpsuit. Joel stood behind a metal desk, frowning and crossing his arms. Get a team together to fix the pipeline rupture. Of course, sir, she straightened her back. As she left the office, she gave me a curt nod and slipped through the doorway. Joel rubbed a hand against his face. Come in, sorry about that. We've been having a lot of mechanical problems lately. That was Marianne, by the way. There was nowhere to sit in the office, so I stood in front of his desk. You're fresh out of training. You were on Cernomere, right? Who was your trainer? He looked me up and down. Angela, she mentioned she worked with you. Yeah, she was an engineer at my last assignment. It's really too bad what happened to her. His voice sounded almost wistful. Joel looked intently at his hands for a moment and then back to me. Well, we haven't had anyone new for a while. Let me give you the rundown. He rolled out from behind the desk, sending his chair into the wall, and gestured to the window. You're on Denupth, a rocky planet in the Vesuvius system. There are tons of liquid methane deposits, so we naturally do a lot of hydrocarbon production around here. Not very exciting, I know. I'm only here until they fill the position and get a proper replacement for the last supervisor. Outside, the ground was a dark dirt color, with shimmering methane pools close to the foundation of the Spacechem facility. Joel continued, You're scheduled to work at the labs at first, then you'll be working on pipelines. He settled into the seat once more. Welcome, good luck, and stay sharp. Cool, so we're doing research missions again now. I'm going to do some methane kind of stuff. Stuff with carbon and hydrogen. Just gonna... Oh boy. This is gonna be complicated. I'm gonna mute for most of this thing, because I'm gonna be eating while I pour it over. Be right back. back. How do I do this puzzle? I put way too much Dijon mustard on this thing, even though I don't even like Dijon mustard. My dad loves it for some reason, so we always have a lot of it. There's also a lot of horseradish in this, I think. Because it just kind of sucks to eat. I'm scraping it off with a knife. Ham and cheese sandwich with hints of mustard. How do I do this puzzle? I think I gotta... I'm thinking about a possible path. I'll see if I can lay it out while I'm muted. this is good. That's not good. Yeah, okay, I think it needs to be synced up like that. Yes. What? Oh, wrong input. How about that? I didn't even change that. Okay, so this one still has hydrogen as the problem that I have not addressed. So... Hmm. Okay, this is not very efficient. Oh my god, what? Why is that only now a problem? Alright, because I moved this one forward. There we go. This is a mess. This is an inefficient mess. I didn't even output it. Okay. I'm... Okay. Okay. There we go. Did not drop an output. Yeah. Okay. Let me actually watch this. Oh. Right, because it's not moving horizontally across them anymore. Yes. Yes, okay. And yeah, the hydrogens can't bond anymore, which is very nice. And they don't have to wait very long for the sync, which is also very nice. Actually, maybe if I just put them a little more out of sync to begin with, that would work, because... Hold on, what do they have to do? Okay, so the red one moves a little bit ahead. What? In both cases, the red one keeps moving while the blue one stops. Okay, do I just have to make the blue track a little bit longer to get that to work? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 28. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. 27. How do I make up a difference of 1? Like that? No, that doesn't make it travel any further. Okay, if I can make the blue 1 square longer before this first sync... Yeah, it is 28 to 27. Will they collide at the beginning if I do this? They certainly will. Yeah, the blue one is waiting on both syncs. Yeah, forget it. I did a little bit better than average in elapsed cycles anyway, so that's cool. It takes 3. Okay. Oh god, I need to get 3 hydrogen. Nightmare. Okay. I think I'm gonna stop playing this for now. This is a great game, but I can't play it for too long. I think I wanna make this like a thing that I add on to the end of streams. Just play a little bit of Spacechem at the end of the stream. I want to actually play through this whole game, and I also want to get into streaming again. That's just my desktop. So, yeah, streaming is definitely going to pick up once I get back to my dorm. But, as far as streaming plans for the future go, I want to stream speedrunning stuff, because that's stuff I can just stream. I can just do one stream at a time. I want to stream more Spacechem, and just kind of tack it on to the end of streams. And I want to do some more stuff. I want to really get into streaming in the near future. And I also want to start making more YouTube highlights because I think I found a better workflow with editing that I can actually work with as far as making stream highlights. Yeah, I think it'll greatly cut down on the time it takes to make stream highlights. So yeah, and also just generally being less precious with my editing. But yeah, that's it. Thank you for watching.